Hey, this is Eastern Oregon Adventures, and we're talking to Kelly Rice. Okay, Kelly, you've been on the show before, but you are an associate professor at EOU, and you manage the GOASAP program.
Correct.
You're also kind of a really rad outdoorswoman in a general sense. I know because I've witnessed it. You've assisted me through various outdoor endeavors. We won't have to get into that, but she towed me up Mount Rainier. It was really cool. First, how was your ski season?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what was the best? I mean, I feel like there were a lot of good days out there this season. What was your best day, and where'd you go?
Oof. I would say that my best day was down in Norway Basin.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
I guess up in Norway Basin. And we were at the yurt, and we woke up the next morning, and it had dumped about 18 inches of fresh powder.
Oh, man.
It was cold, and it was still dumping.
Wow.
And we just dropped in right from the yurt and down and just had powder snow over the dome.
Wow.
It was the most amazing thing
Wow,
I've ever experienced.
Cool. Did you have Luna with you?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Luna's my favorite.
Yeah.
Luna is Kelly's golden retriever, and Luna, when I've skied with Kelly and Luna like almost walks on the tails of Kelly's skis as we're going up, and then on the way down, we had a really good day this year, and just watching Luna just leap up into the air and then drop down underneath the snow almost,
Disappears.
and then just leaping down the whole thing. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. And then we also did. I would say my other best day was getting up on the top of Sacagawea with Luna and Victor.
Wow.
So
Cool.
and spending the day up there, and we had some amazing snow up there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
A beautiful
Awesome.
tour. It was
Cool. All
mind-blowing.
right. I haven't been up that way on
Yeah.
skis yet, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's good.
But you guys did that in like one day, didn't you?
We did.
Yeah. Okay. So just so everybody's clear, like normal humans aren't really able to do that, but Kelly is, so
No.
that's just important to know. Cool. Okay. Well, what plans? Do you have any plans for the summer?
Well, I'm getting married. Besides
That's
that.
pretty cool. All right. I heard something about that.
That's the number one thing.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Some trips home to Wyoming, Montana. Hopefully some up to Squamish up in Canada.
Cool.
To do some climbing and mountain biking. So yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
As
Awesome.
much as possible.
You've always got a really good docket ahead of you, I feel like.
Keep it interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I've been working with you on the GOASAP program, and I'm really excited about it, and I get to hang out with the kids a little bit every here now and then, and it seems like it's spreading, like you've got a lot of success there. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so GOASAP stands for the Get Outside After School Activity Program, and what we try to do is we introduce youth who normally really don't have anything to do after school. They're not involved in sports. They kind of are just going home. It's kind of an age where they're too young to have a job, but too old for a babysitter. And so it's kind of this time where we see this transition. And so we wanted to offer a program for the youth in our community because we have all these natural resources. We have all this great stuff. And so we wanted to kind of just introduce them to different things besides sports that they could do. So we take them out rock climbing and stand-up paddleboarding and mountain biking and road biking, and I mean, you name it, basically, that we end up doing these kind of activities with the kids. And so the idea behind it is that we just want to teach people that there's so much out there and there's so many fun things to do, and we really just want them to kind of experience that and hopefully adapt those behaviors so they can be active for the rest of their lives. So
Cool.
that's kind of the idea behind it. Yeah.
So you have a lot of training in this. You've studied a lot of this. How, is this an outcome from, how does this relate to what you've trained in, and what is it? I mean, it sounds like something you almost put together yourself based on everything that you know and have studied and everything. Is that right? I mean,
yeah, that's a great question. So basically, what my background is in public health, and so we're trying to figure out ways that we can increase or change behaviors on a community-wide level. And then my personal interest, and then most of my background in my research is in how to promote physical activity. So physical activity and being outdoors is something that's extremely important to me and that I'm extremely passionate about. And so taking my personal passion and connecting it to my profession, which is public health, community health, increasing healthy behaviors. So if I can I know how it feels to be outside, and it's one of the most important things to me is to be active, to be outside, to connect with nature. If I can take my professional life and my personal and put it together, then I'm going to be more successful in that way. And it really came about because of a community assessment that was done by the UC Fit Kids Coalition back in the early 2000s. And basically what they did is they went around and they asked parents and teachers and physicians and everyone that they possibly could, what is our community lacking and what can we do? And they came up with really two main things when it came to physical activity. And the first one was there's nothing for kids to do that aren't in sports. So we don't have a YMCA, we don't have Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't have anything for them to do.
Right.
And the second thing is we weren't using our natural resources. So when I moved here, I was like, oh my gosh, those are two things that I'm extremely passionate about, and my whole training and profession was based on promoting physical activity on a public health level. So I just connected those two and worked with a huge team and tons of community support like you, and were able to make something like this actually happen. And that's the first year was a pilot study, which means that it was kind of practice, like is this feasible, can we do this? And then this year we were funded to expand it, so now we have this happening in Baker as well, and it's really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because it's funny, like in a way, I was one of those kids, to be honest. Like I was when I was in middle school, I didn't have a lot going on, and I wasn't that into sports, and I don't know, just kind of like socially awkward and stuff. And then I remember, like, I went on this summer camp thing where we went and climbed like a couple of the Three Sisters, and then did Three-Finger Jack. And it like just, was amazing. Like I had no idea at the time that I remember like thinking like, wow, I can actually do something like that. Yeah. And there was no way I would have gotten that opportunity otherwise. Like I don't know who would have taken me out, because there's some people grow up around this and they have families that like just impart it to them like right out of the gate. But not everybody has that. There's a little bit of privilege kind of wrapped up in that. So.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I kind of was thinking about doing that when we were in the development stage was, how did we get introduced to that? And so that's kind of one of the processes that I used was going around and asking people that I know that are very outdoorsy, that are super active in the outdoors, is how did you get introduced to this, and what does it mean to you? And so taking that information and trying to like replicate it for these kids is pretty incredible. And watching them get on the mountain bike for the first time and they're jumping, and it's like, oh my goodness, you have more skills than I ever than I've had, and I've been doing this for years. But just like letting them go and find something that they click with, and hopefully the plan is that they find something that they fall in love with and that they want to do it for the rest of their lives, and that it is a life-changing experience, and that's what I can only hope. Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting too, because it's like sports, obviously like are great for physical health and mental health, I think too. But like with the outdoors, you have a whole other kind of component of like gratification, where like the adventure aspect and even just sort of the individual like focused accomplishment stuff that I think is really unique. And I don't know, I can just see how it would be that much more empowering for that student body.
And a lot of it came from too is like once you're done with a sport, where do you go? Like I don't have this team to rely on. So if we can teach kids individual activities at an earlier age, perhaps they're more likely to pursue something like that and to be motivated to do something on their own.
Cool. Yeah. So is there anything next that's coming up for next year, or just in the immediate horizon or anything for the program?
Yeah, so we'll finish up here with the 3-day backpacking trip, which is great because we'll come down here and you give them a great lesson on how to pack their pack and how to pick a pack, and they love it. And then we will go on our 3-day backpacking trip, and then we take the summer and reassess, and then hopefully expand to Wallowa County and just keep moving it outwards as much as we possibly can. And
super exciting.
Provide exposure to as many kids as we can.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you for being with us, Kelly. I think that's all the
Thanks,
time
Jim.
we've got. Thanks, LaGrand Alive. Tune in next time for Eastern Oregon Adventures.